because the test recording sounded okay. Hi everybody, welcome back to Random Fact Friday. Today I'm going to be info dumping about Monster Prom and its sequel in the Kickstarter. I'm kidding, I won't be doing that. I didn't want to talk about it though, uh, because we can talk about it a little bit before we get into the facts. Okay, so earlier I gifted Zero Yeti a copy of Monster Road Trip, which is Beautiful Glitch's third Monster Prom game. And Chris's response to that was, "Wow, they're really milking this game series." Uh, and I was like, "Well, yes, but also no, because originally,
There's Monster Prom and there's Monster Prom 2.
yeah, Monster
And
Prom
then
2, Monster Camp."
there's Monster Camp and now Monster Road Trip.
Well, no, so Monster Camp is Monster Prom 2, and then Monster Road Trip is Monster Camp at Monster Prom 3, I believe. So here's what happened, here's what was supposed to happen originally. So a couple years back, I can't remember how many, Beautiful Glitch set up a Kickstarter for a Monster Prom sequel. I believe the working title at the time was either Monster Prom Sequel or Monster Prom Holidays. And originally, the sequel was supposed
There's an
to be...
expansion for the game that I was thinking of, which is Monster Prom Second Term.
Yeah, Monster Prom Second Term or Monster Prom Reverse, where the four playable characters are the people that you're romancing now, or yada yada. But Monster Holidays was supposed to be a 3-in-1 game sequel for Monster Prom. And there were 3 game modes that were promised. There was I think it had a different name at the time, but Monster Retreat, I believe it was called at the time, before it was called Monster Camp. There was Monster Retreat, which plays almost essentially like how Monster Camp plays now. Monster Road Trip, which is, what Monster Road Trip turned into, essentially. And then a third one, I can't remember the name of it, but it starred, Hey, I gotta look up names for characters in Monster Prom, because I cannot
Winter Retreat?
Winter Retreat, yeah. So the first game starred, let's see, I believe Damien, and then it was teased that Scott was going to be a part of Monster Retreat, but he got replaced with Calculester later on. But yeah, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. But yeah, the promise was basically that this game was going to have 3 game modes, and each one would focus on 2 of the different Monster Prom choices from the first game, plus 2 new choices. And then they put out a bunch of different, Kickstarter, what's the word? If we make this amount, this will get added, and yada, yada, yada. Well, apparently the Kickstarter did so good, they were able to, what's the word? They were able to basically make each concept from the sequel into its own game. So, Monster Retreat turned into Monster Camp, Monster Road Trip has turned into Monster Road Trip. We have not seen or heard anything about Monster Winter Wonderland again. I don't know what's going on with that. But the newest game that they have given, what's the word, a trailer for, Monster Con, was originally a Kickstarter goal that was like, hey, if we make this amount, we'll come up with a fourth idea and add it to the game. And I believe Monster Con was going to be that idea, because Zoe and I can't remember the name of the vampire for the life of me. Give me 1 second. List of characters.
It's been 1 second.
Okay. Love interests. There he is. Yeah, Zoe, who is the eldritch horror character, and Liam, who is a vampire, were originally like unshown in like these game modes that were going to be in the sequel, because Scott and Polly had Monster Camp. No, not Monster Camp. Scott and Polly had Monster Road Trip, and then Damien and Calky Lester had Monster Camp, or whatever it was called at the time, and then Miranda and what's the other bitch's name? Vera were going to be in the Monster Winter Wonderland game. So yeah, I'm not really. I don't know what I'm really going with this. I guess it's not like they're necessarily milking it, because they promised these games as a part of the Kickstarter. It's them like fulfilling the Kickstarter stuff essentially. So after Con comes out, we have one more game to look forward to, which I don't know how that's going to work, because it looked like it was going to be a cross between a what's the word? No, come on, game. Cleaning liquid, stone cleaner. Oh, there's no stone cleaner in here. Never mind. Uh, I I know it's weird to say, but I really like Monster Prom as a concept, which is weird, I guess. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I'm a monster fucker at heart, or I just don't enjoy visual novels a whole lot unless there's like some crazy like fucking like thing going on with the visual novel, or something else. I'm hinging on like I don't like a whole lot of visual novels, because like I don't like I don't like a visual novel with an anime character in it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like I know like Doki Doki Literature Club is like a really good like horror game. I I see no reason to actually play it, because they play like the anime like visual novel like portion of the beginning so straightforward. It's killed any interest I've had in the game, because like I don't want to deal with it's Natsuki, right? The tsundere that likes manga. Just, I don't
I
like her.
have never played Doki Doki Literature Club.
Really? You haven't even interacted with it?
I know what it is. I know vaguely the characters, and I know vaguely what happened. Because of people info dumping on me. I have never played the game, nor do I really care to.
Okay, that takes care of my question of like, do you wanna play Doki Doki Literature Club for Halloween one year?
Sure.
No,
At this point, I'm just saying yes to things. So why
no,
not?
that's fair. Anyway, I'm
We're
done.
gonna probably die relatively soon. Why the
Okay.
fuck not?
Anyway, I'm done info dumping about Monster Prob. But what's the
Guess
what?
who spent 8 hours constantly thinking of death
Oh yeah,
for no real apparent reason?
because your part of your job training was today.
They really had nothing else to do except for just zone out, and when they zone out, the thoughts happen.
But then the horrors rolled in.
uh, It's like, I'm gonna have a fun day, and then the horrors.
then the I was gonna eat Funky Burger, but then the creature.
There's a couple of those that the fucking the creature. It was a
Oh,
creature feature starring the creature.
okay.
One of my favorite ones I've seen recently is just like, man, I really love my brand new pair of pants. Said I foolishly. Nothing could ever take my enjoyment away from it. And then someone said, or can it? Says the pants shitification magician.
I think one of my favorite is like, oh boy, I'm gonna have a good day, man. Fuck you, said the fuck you man. Like, okay, all right. I I know like we are like heavy on like fuck AI, like fuck it right in its stupid dick, but like vocal AI can be real funny sometimes.
Cause, well, um, all that did remind me of like we laugh at stuff now. Like there was that Foley AI movie called The Chase that came out like recently.
The
Uh,
chase.
I believe it's called The Chase. Uh, hang on. The Chase AI
Movie.
movie. The Heist.
Oh, the heist.
Every shot of the film was done via text generated
Uh,
prompts. Um, People are. It's a heist, and it's like vaguely 1970s, and it's like two cars chasing each other, and one is driven by what appears to be a white guy in a leather jacket, although the color of the leather jacket keeps changing between shots. Um, and then there's a police officer, and basically it's just the guy steals something
huh.
and then tries to run away from the police. Um, and it's like I think it's like a 2-3 minute long uh, film, air quotes. Um, but and the people were mocking it online because it's like uh, it's hang on one second. I'm stumbling over my words. I haven't slept. If y'all can't tell. Anyway,
Haven't slept very well.
oh yeah, I did sleep for like 3 hours, but not great.
Yeah.
So it wasn't great 3 hours. Anyway, people are mocking her like this is so bad. This is like there's no real reason. Like the guy keeps changing like hairstyles and leather jackets between shots. Why are the cars traveling so slow? This is it's supposed to be like a car chase. Why are there just random fires everywhere?
Because it's
Uh,
AI generated.
exactly. But people are mocking it. But I did see like a YouTuber's video and of just they basically run made it run down. They just literally went, okay, the movie is bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. The fact that this looks like a bad movie is kind of terrifying
Yeah.
because AI has long surpassed the Will Smith turning into spaghetti uh, era, and now it's like if like granted we watch this and we know that this is not great, but if you were to tell me that this was made like granted I could probably suspect it was made by AI, but if you were saying like oh this was just made by a guy and who didn't really know movies well and some bad CGI
Mm-hmm.
studio, it's like you could maybe convince me it was made by that. Uh, and the YouTuber, pretty much was just like, this is AI's equivalent. This is like an AI equivalent of your kid making a shitty drawing when they're 5.
Mm-hmm.
That you're like, oh, it's not great,
But
but
it's passable.
it's passable, and your kid is 5. How much better is it going to be when kid is 10? Like that level. And it's like AI as we're
I
now making art that sort of looks like a human made it.
I would like to still believe that You know what I really wish happened? I wish AI was a big, super heavy thing while NFTs were really popular, and then they both would have just exploded at the same time, if you think about it.
Yeah.
If they were both introduced at the same time.
We see a lot of commercials. A
Oh, yeah.
lot of
Yeah,
AI commercials.
remember when we went to go eat at Applebee's and there was a Bosley hair treatment commercial? And it was like, oh god, it was like fucking weird to like witness in real time. They
And
had
the Coca-Cola one
was the Coca-Cola one
also played. Yeah.
was it AI generated?
Yeah, that's AI generated.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I think it was human edited afterward, but yeah, it was AI generated. Because none of the lights behaved
Mhm.
like you would expect them to.
And also all the Coca-Cola I know I'm going to say this and it's going to sound weird, but like the Coca-Cola like trucks all look similar. And I know that's a
Yeah.
weird thing to say, but like they all moved in like similar ways and so on and so forth.
Yeah. Pakistan has one of the highest consanguinity rates in the world.
What does that mean?
Consanguinity means marriage amongst relatives.
Ah,
In
I
2014, it was estimated that at least 60% of the population was married to at least a cousin. In the terms of at least, it means the distant related is the cousin, and then anything else is closer related.
I mean, what's there to be said about keeping it in the family? You know.
The Ptolemies would like word, as would the Habsburgs
I was so excited for my
and
wedding,
Pugs.
but unfortunately, wedding was my sister.
That was not great.
Yeah, I a whole lot of
Is
it.
it the Ptolemies? Did I say that right?
I think
I'm
so.
not sure.
The
Google
Ptolemies.
that. Inbred Egyptian family.
Egyptian family. Hang on, I'm looking it up too. Uh
The Ptolemaic. Yeah, yeah, that was right.
oh, the P's silent, of course.
The Ptolemaic. Patui.
Hoktui, if you know what I'm saying. Never mind.
What is our crypto coin going to be called?
I would shoot us first before we even got into crypto.
You promise?
I promise.
Okay, because I just bought $400 billion worth of Doge.
Okay, no, never mind. You don't deserve my mercy kill. You're gonna have to kill yourself. Oof. I take that. No, never mind. Post canceled.
Uh,
I shoot. I wanted to start talking about something, but then I realized that I probably shouldn't talk about it in depth. Uh,
what?
so uh, for Christmas, my younger brother pre-ordered the Legends of Evantris D&D supplement book that they are working
I
on.
heard you say your brother pre-ordered Hawk coin.
If he did, he would no longer be alive right now. But he pre-ordered their D&D supplement like book, The Crooked Moon. And I thought I was gonna have to wait until like this year. Next year when he ordered it.
Are you sure the Pinkertons aren't going to break into our door?
No, Legends of Evantris aren't associated with. I mean, they're associated
Wizards
because they
because
they're associated because they play D&D, but they're not like heavily associated. Uh, anyway, he pre-ordered the Crooked Moon for me, and I thought I was gonna have to wait for like later in 2025 for it to get here. But the other day, he was like, "Hey, they sent me an email with a PDF of the alpha for the Crooked Moon. Would you like it? Like, would you like me to send it to you so you can like read it and stuff?" I'm like, "Yes, yes, of course. I would love to do that." And I wanted to start gushing about the Crooked Moon, but it's technically not out yet. This is the alpha, so I can't really talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't want to miss out on being part of Uprooted, the Dimwits of the Dimwood, season 13 in a couple of years, because I fucking spilled everything about. I'm kidding. I'm being stupid. It's really good, guys. I like if you haven't yet, and like you're watching us and you like D&D, like pre-order it while you can still, because it's a really good setting. Anyway, your next fact. I'm sorry, I got us off topic again.
It's alright. Quebec bans dessert-like cannabis edibles because their potential appeal to minors.
Hey, here's the thing.
The provincially run dispensaries instead are forced to sell edibles that are in the form of like mini summer sausage, ramen, nuts, or poutine sauce.
Ew.
So it's like savory edibles.
Ew.
Which might work depending on the strand better.
I mean, it's probably something that okay, actually, you know what? I can't knock it.
You could probably make skunk, like a skunky weed strand work in ramen better than trying to make it a donut.
Really? Are you sure? I feel like skunk weed does better in like what's the word? I'm
talking about like if you have like a real like salty or like skunky strand, that would probably work for like miso, because what is seaweed if not very very salty, very funky, and kind of smelly?
That's okay. I'm gonna be real honest. I've never done a weed in my life.
You've never done a marijuana cigarette?
Okay, well,
but what will your 3 weed smoking boyfriends do?
Okay, that wasn't
your 3 weed smoking emo boyfriends.
Okay, actually, that's not 100% true what I just said. I did take a puff off of somebody's weed pipe when I went over to play Uno with them.
On water.
No, he had like a weed pipe. It wasn't like a bong or anything. It's like a it was like, you know, long and phallic looking, giggity. But yeah, I've never done a marijuana, or never done enough marijuana for it to have lasting effects. Actually, maybe that puff did have lasting effects, because I left his place and I was this was what's the word? This was back at Cali, like when we were in college together, by the way. You went to go see the Jungle Book 2. No, not the Jungle Book 2, that wasn't out. The Jungle Book like live action remake. And you were like, "Hey, do you want to come?" And like I was like, "I don't know."
You're gonna do the dare, and you're gonna be the guy passed out on the couch with his body deflated, and frankly a horrifying visual, just like he smoked one marijuana.
Yeah, no, I basically told you that I didn't want to go because I had essentially like gotten a hookup that day. And after I like got finished, neither of us came, I think. I don't remember that very well, but I walked home and I was so fucking paranoid the whole walk home, because it's like, what if Chris drives down the road right now? And I told him that I was staying home because I had to like work on homework and stuff, and he sees me and he's like, "Hey, what's go, like, you would be like, hey, I thought you were working on homework while you're out walking around, and I would be like,
I like how that's what you're paranoid from, the cops.
Well,
Uh,
so I was doubly
Also, I like how you apparently did that. This must have been when we were earlier roommates, because eventually you just stopped giving a fuck, and you're like, "Yeah, I'm having sex.
yeah, I more or less. Well,
I'm having sex with that one weird guy.
oh, you got to be more specific. There were a bunch of weird guys.
Having sex with my professor's father."
Well, actually, wait, no, I remember why I was paranoid. The reason why I was paranoid is because of the guy that I was hooking up with. It was
Was a cop.
no. It was literally the only other like out and gay person in the city that our college was in. The married one.
Oh, he wasn't the only other out one, but yeah.
Oh well, he was the one I was most familiar with because he was the only one that would come to the LGBTQ meetings regularly enough. And I felt weird about it because what's the word? He was like I felt weird about it as compared to like a straight man who I am getting together with who is still married because like with a straight man it's like I mean he's probably just trying to figure himself out like and it's easier to like be on the down low like this instead of like coming out to your wife and being like I'm gay and I would like to try and have like gay intercourse with another man. But then with this guy it's like I feel kind of weird about it because like you're gay married and like I don't want to ruin a gay marriage. And then I think at some point he said his husband was cool with it, but then I later learned that they were supposed to be in a monogamous relationship, and it's like, oh, so your husband probably would not be cool with this if he figured it out. Then again, this was like 10 years ago, so I'm probably not remembering a whole lot correctly.
Oh, apparently skunk. Sorry, while you're saying that, I was literally reading like ways to incorporate like more bitter or skunky weed, and apparently a popular one is to infuse it into like olive oil or butter
Yeah, butter. Yeah,
or
butter.
cheese.
Butter's the big thing. I remember when we tried to watch Weeds together, and that didn't work out. No, it kind of worked out. We watched like the first season, but immediately stopped afterwards.
Yeah, because I was just like, I could tell this show's jumping the shark.
Really early.
Yeah.
Well, like we chose to like start watching it because like I think like you and my roommate at the time got finished watching Breaking Bad, and you guys were like, oh, I think you guys were like, let's watch another like drug related like series, and it's like, well, there's not a lot. There's Weeds, and it was like, let's try that out. And it's like, oh, this is just Desperate Housewives, but the like the drugs are more in your face.
Yeah.
But yeah, one of the plot points in the early season was that the main character, I can't remember her fucking name for the life of me, basically got sold skunk weed to her dealer sold skunk weed to her, and she couldn't like pass it off to her regulars because a dispensary had opened up nearby, and she's like, I can't fucking do shit with this, and then her dealer's like son was into her, and her dealer's son was like, okay, I'm gonna give you some recipes for some edibles that like you can use skunk weed with, and it like turned a lot of butter that she was using into weed butter essentially, and she made like cornbread edibles, like popcorn balls apparently. And that's how she got her clients back, but also telling her clients like, oh yeah, no, they record your driver's license when you go to the dispensary.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so people can like know if you're like getting weed from the dispensary or not. And oh yeah, it was also like the big thing of like this was back when like I think it took place in California, but this was back when like marijuana wasn't fully legal in California. It was only legal for medicinal use first.
Hmm.
But yeah, weed's weird. Legalize it.
Legalize it. Legalize it.
And I'm also
Legalize it.
I'm also kind of afraid just to try out. Wait, is it? It's not legal in Texas, is it?
Don't believe so.
Ah, huh.
Hang on, I'll Google it.
Okay, because like I remember watching somebody do a video, like I watched somebody do a video where the title is my friend eats a giant weed gummy while I show her fucked up like TikToks. And at the time I didn't really think a whole lot about it, but now it's like, wait, don't you live in like a Texas like city or something? How'd you get a weed edible?
Alright. So as far as uh, weed legality goes in the United States,
Uh-huh.
in the states of Kansas, Wyoming, Idaho, and South Carolina, it is fully illegal, no exceptions. In the states of Wisconsin, Iowa, Indiana, Kentucky, Tennessee, Georgia, and Texas, CBD oil is legal only.
Uh-huh.
Uh, in the states of Nebraska, North Carolina, weed is decriminalized. In the states of Utah, South Dakota, uh, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Alabama, Florida, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, and New Hampshire, it is medical and decriminalized. And then in the states of also Hawaii, it's medical and decriminalized. And in the states of Alaska, California, Oregon, Washington State, Montana, Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, Minnesota, Illinois, Missouri, Michigan, Ohio, Virginia, Maryland, Delaware, New Jersey, New York, Vermont, Maine, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and Connecticut, it is fully legal.
You know, you said all this, but all I heard was just
Kansas sucks.
like how is Texas cooler than you? Are you fucking kidding me?
How are you on the same level as South Carolina, Wyoming, and Idaho?
Like like and I think I know what the problem is because the clauses to make weed legal are almost on every like fucking like Kansas like vote thing. But they always I think they always almost go through, but then they immediately get vetoed.
Yep, by Republican controlled legislators.
I'm insane, absolutely insane. Like
So,
how are you more? How is Kansas fucking more Republican than Texas?
okay, two more random facts.
Okay, yeah.
There will be no Hanukkah in the year 3031, but two Hanukkahs in 3032. This is due to the overlap between the Jewish and Gregorian calendars, as well as the leap month added to the Jewish calendar.
That's really funny for some reason. I don't know why.
And then several MTV Cribs episodes faked lavish celebrity lifestyles. Robbie Williams rented Jane Seymour's house. 50 Cent bothered Ferraris for a bunch of his friends. Kim Kardashian filmed at her mom's place, and Ja Rule's episode led to a lawsuit after the real homeowner claimed the unauthorized filming and property damage. Uh, After Ja Rule just apparently broke into this guy's house.
Jesus Christ. I think
This has been random fact, whatever.
Danny
But
Bonaducci also had an episode of MTV Cribs, I think. I don't know what's going on with him anymore.
who that is?
A Partridge Family. And